everyone, it's Catchy, aka OBiGem. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, the notification bell to be notified of all future videos. And if you like what you see, please do hit the like button so I know I keep making content like this. So you're back with another episode of Not So Berry. And as you guys saw from the little teaser in the beginning, Sienna has not been feeling too great lately. Like, ever since prom, she's been feeling sick to her stomach. She's just not been feeling all that right. And then recently, she's just been vomiting a whole lot. And this morning, she has, like, a funny feeling that something is going on that is not according to plan. So, she's over here eating breakfast. Today is actually her last day of high school. She's actually having her birthday party today. Well, it's not like a birthday party, it's like a birthday dinner to celebrate graduation and, you know, her birthday. She's going to be going out to dinner with her family. And Candace will be there too because it's Candace's birthday too. She's going to be aging out too. We're just putting them all together. Plus, she's graduating too, so she's all like, yeah, come out with my family. We're all going to celebrate. It's going to be great. High school's over, but she's actually going to, just be, she's not going to high school for her last day because she's like, look, I already have an A. But she's like, I'm not going the last day. I actually have things I need to do. Namely, she's actually going to go and get a pregnancy test because she's like, I think I may be pregnant because I've not been feeling well. You know, things haven't really been going, I haven't been feeling great. I've been feeling off and I'm thinking I might be pregnant. So she's actually really scared and worried. If you can see her bust, it probably pretty much already spoils. It kind of already spoils it that she's pregnant. So I'm not even gonna fake it with you guys, y'all. Girl is pregnant with Yellow Jen. You can't. The bump's actually not too big right now. It's actually small. Girl, go pay your rent. Calm down. But so I'm not even gonna make it into a whole thing about why can't we pay rent? Okay, there we go. Pay the bills. But anyway, she's gonna go get a pregnancy test, and then, she's gonna, skip school, get a pregnancy test, and of course it's gonna come back positive, you guys, because, you guys can already see the buff. That girl is pregnant. But, the worst thing about this is because Sienna's been so goal-oriented of, I'm gonna do really well in school, do all these extracurriculars. She's like, this is, I've had this as my plan since I was, a little girl. Have this charmed life of me becoming a politician in the city, and that's not what's happening right now. This is not according to plan, and I don't know how to, what am I supposed to do? So as you can see, her buff says unwanted pregnancy from unprotected woo. Sienna did not expect this pregnancy, is really not sure that she wants it at all, but it's happening. What should she do? She is feeling it. She's like, this is not according to plan, and it makes sense to how, Sienna's been so goal-oriented and career-oriented. Having a baby was just, not anywhere close to her horizon. If you guys remember, was that a few episodes ago when she was talking to Darling, when Darling was, pregnant, she's like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. That was serious tea there. She's all I couldn't be me, not me. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna have her take a vacation day from both her, school and her politician career because well, y'all see. So as you guys can see from those screenshots, Sienna is in fact pregnant. Not that that's a surprise, we already knew this, but we had to have it for the storytelling, you guys. But anyway, she's a little bit devastated. She's trying to keep it together. She's like, okay, so I'm pregnant. So what am I going to do about that now? Because I have all these plans. I've got college that I was planning on doing. I have, my career. None of this factors into a baby happening right now, but that's what's going on. So she's like, okay, get your head back onto your shoulders, Sienna. You need to you just need to like get all this information out in the open and just develop a new plan on the fly. But at the end of the day, like, the baby is here, it's growing, so I have to like figure this all out. So you might not be able to tell, but she's actually in a semi-shuno. She decided to come out here because she wants to tell Andre that she is pregnant. She's all like, look, technically speaking, I have no idea who this baby's father is, because if you guys remember, she woohooed with Andre the night before prom, but then she woohooed with Julian the night of prom, and she didn't start to feel sick till like a day or two after. And since she wooed both of them back to back, it could be either of their babies, and she has really no idea who. But she's all like, look, right now I'm technically in a relationship with Andre, so I'm gonna tell him I'm pregnant just to get, you know, all this out on the table, and I'll just have to figure out like a whole paternity testing later. But right now I'm just gonna come and tell Andre that I'm pregnant and see how things are. She's just gonna come. As you can see, Andre is home, and so he's not looking too great, because he's probably looking at her like, what are you even doing here? Like, I thought we were done, you didn't leave prom, so like, honestly, like, unless you're just here for me to officially tell you, you know, we're done, like, there's not really a reason for you to be here. So seems like, look, Andre, like, I know I'm not your favorite person that you want to see right now, but I need to tell you something. He's like, Sienna, like, what? Like, what is this about? You didn't leave prom when they told you to, and like, I don't even know like what the thing is with us anymore. Like, I think we should just, like, I knew it was a bad idea to date a high school girl. Like, this has been a mess. She's like, you know what? First of all, you know, oh, she's having them forced morning sickness. She's like, I'm not even in high school anymore. I graduate today. So like, you need to just let that whole thing go. Like, that's not the issue here. You gave me an ultimatum. Like, you know, that just doesn't jive with me. Like, I wasn't gonna miss my prom just because you wanted to be jealous. He's like, Sienna, like, look, I told you like how our relationship was gonna go. You should just got with the program, and instead you wanted to stay around with that person you said was your friend. But like, I just don't buy that. Like, I'm your boyfriend, or at least I was, and you decide that prom was more important than us. This relationship, I just don't even see it going anywhere anymore. You kind of ruined it. You're being immature. You keep on talking about how I'm a high school girl and that you shouldn't have gotten with me and all that other dumb stuff, but you're being immature and jealous, and that's the reason why things ended poorly on prom night, and no other reason. But honestly, Andre, that's not even the reason why I'm here. I have news for you. And Andre's all like, Sienna, like, what? What's your news? What could you possibly have to tell me right now? And Sienna's like, look, I don't want to fight with you, so just keep an open mind when I tell you this, but Andre, I'm pregnant. And Andre is devastated. He's all like, what do you mean you're pregnant? Like, Sienna, what are you talking about? We only like slept with each other one time. And Sienna's all like, look, Andre, it takes one time. And it looks like that one time has resulted in a baby. And he's like, Sienna, this is not according to plan. You know I want to be a politician. And Sienna's all like, Andre, you know I want to be a politician too. Like, we both want things out of our career and stuff right now. He's like, okay, like, let's just figure this out. Let's pause for a minute. Andre's just like still so devastated. He's like, this is not what I wanted. Like, what is this? And he's all like, are you sure the baby is even mine? And Sienna's like, Andre, how could you even ask that? You knew that when we slept together that was my first time. You were my first. And he's like, look, I have to ask these things because, you know, like, this is not, like, this doesn't make sense, Sienna. Like, do you think maybe we could, like, get a paternity test? And Sienna's like, Andre, are you serious right now? You're asking me to do a paternity test after I'm just telling you I'm pregnant? Like, Andre, like, what are you thinking? And Andre's like, look, Sienna, I have to ask these things. Like, look, she's like, what type of girl do you think I am? Like, do you think I'm just out here in the streets just wooing whoever? Sienna's being over dramatic right now because we all know that she slept with Andre first. Sure, he was her first, but then she also slept with Julian right after. So, like, honestly, it kind of is reasonable for Andre to ask, am I actually the father of this kid? Because, you know, maybe it might be somebody else's. From his perspective, he doesn't know if Sienna's been with anybody else, but Sienna's trying to, like, invade in, like, look, you and I are, like, in a relationship together, you're my boyfriend, who else could I have been with? Even though in the back of her mind, she's like, oh, I mean, honestly, this could be Julian's kid, but, like, I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of potentially being right about maybe not being the father, and I'm not, I'm only going to cross that bridge if we have to cross that bridge. Right now, I'm going to just like tell him this, and then if he's not the father, then like whatever, he's being an asshole right now. So like I could just be like, whatever, get out of my life if you're not the father when we do the paternity test. So as you can see, like Sienna is just like pissed. She's all like what nerve of him to come at me asking me if he's the father of this kid. This is ridiculous. And Andre's like really thinking like, I cannot believe that she's pregnant with my kid. Like, what am I going to do? So he's really thinking about it. He's like, I have my whole politics career. I have all of that going on. I can't like put anything on hold right now. But then he has like, he's turning it over in his head and he has a slight epiphany. He's like, like I'm at the really early stages of my politician career, and it wouldn't really be a good look to have like a baby out of wedlock. That's not gonna do anything for me when it comes to campaigning. Having, gotten some girl fresh out of high school pregnant, that is going to be terrible publicity for me. It's going to slow down my political career and cut it off by the legs before it even gets started. And I can't have that. So he's all like, I think like I really only have one way to go with this. So Andre says, Sienna, come here. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this has been a lot, but I love you. We're gonna try and make this work. If you say that I'm the father, then I believe you. And, despite, the rough patch that we had before, that I love you. And, if this baby's going to be here, that I'm going to be here for you. So Andre's like, look, Sienna, if you're really pregnant, and he got down on one knee, he did the 9 yards. He's like, if you're really pregnant, Sienna, then I'm going to do right by you. And I want you to marry me. We're not going to have this baby out of wedlock. Like, will you marry me? And Sienna's like, oh my gosh, like, Andre, and let me get the screenshots here. We can't miss that. This is a moment, you guys. This is a moment. So she's like, oh my gosh, Andre, you're proposing? Like, I wasn't expecting this. And he's like, look, Sienna, like, I want to do right by you and our child, and I want this to be legitimate now that we're bringing a life in. So like, will you marry me? So Sienna's like, oh my gosh, Andre, like, of course I will. Of course I'll marry you. Oh my gosh. I'm supposed to be having my graduation / birthday dinner with my family tonight, and like all in the same day I find out that I'm pregnant, and then Andre proposes to me, and like I don't know like how my parents are gonna feel about this. Specifically, I don't know how my dad's gonna feel about this. My dad's gonna lose his mind. But she's like, but I have to tell them now because there's like so much that's going on, and I don't know how this is going to change everything. So even though Sienna is overjoyed and jazzed about the fact that she's engaged now, like, things really need to be discussed now. Like, honestly, I think it's pretty clear right now that, like, Andre's reasons for proposing to Sienna may not be completely on the up and up. So, like, he's actually going to allude to a little bit of that, like, right now. He's like, Sienna, like, now that we're together, and she's like, I have plans to, go to college and whatnot, and I my political career, and I'm still worried about that. And, like, Andre's all like, Sienna, like, now that we're engaged, like, I think we need to start really talking about that and getting real. And she's like, what do you mean? And she's all like, look, I was thinking about it, and, us being pregnant right now could be a really good thing because it could really help to catapult my career. And Sienna's like, I don't understand. And Andre's like, look, I could run on a family values campaign. We could, like, really prop us being, like, a cute, cozy, responsible family who got together when they've discovered that you're pregnant. And I could really use that to, like, really catapult my political career to the top, Like, this could be really great for us getting married. And she's like, I mean, we're getting married because you love me, right? Like, that's why we're engaged now, right? And, like, Andre's like, well, I mean, Sienna, like, sure and whatever, but, like, honestly, like, what even really is love anyway? Like, sure, we have strong feelings for each other, but, like, some things are bigger than even that. Like, imagine, like, how good I could do for our family if I get my political career off the ground running on a family values campaign. We could be, like, a real power couple. Like, you could be the woman behind the powerful man who is the national leader of the world. And Sienna's thinking about that, like, look, like, this is really starting to sound like another one of the tricks out of my book. I swear I just said that to Julian a couple weeks ago when we broke up. You know, what even is love? It's like, too, like, becoming the national leader is my dream. Like, what do you mean? And Andre's like, look, behind every powerful man is, like, a supportive, strong, powerful woman. That's you. So he's like, Sienna, this could be good. Like, just let me... you know, let me further my cool career, and that'll be good for both of our careers. Like, just really think about this. This is actually going to be really good. And Sam's like, I mean, if you say so, but, like, does that mean that I just don't ever get to have a political career? And he's like, well, I mean, we're about to have a kid. Like, who's going to watch the kid? Like, I think it just makes more sense for you to be the woman behind me. So, Sienna is still, like, feeling really... Oh, she fell asleep. She's tired. I'm gonna let her take a nap, but she's exhausted. A lot has happened today. She found out she was pregnant. She got engaged. A lot happened. She's all like, I'm just gonna take a nap real quick. I have to go out to dinner with my family and get them all my news. And she's like, I guess this could be okay, but she's all like, what about college? What about all of this? She's like, maybe I put all of that off. Maybe I move into Andre's loft with him and I just live in the city and help him with his political career. Maybe that's my calling. But it's all like, Sienna really hasn't figured it out yet. She's all like, I thought I had my life figured out, that I was going to go to college and then I was going to become a politician. Now I'm pregnant. Now I'm engaged. Now I have a man who's, you know, trying to become the free leader of the world. He wants me to be behind him. Maybe I should just go with that. So they are at the restaurant. As you can see over in the corner there, Sienna she's a little bit worried about telling her parents that she's pregnant and engaged and that she is changing the plan that she's had for the longest time. But as you see, Glade here looks like he couldn't be more happy because he's like, my baby girl graduated from high school. She's about to head off to college. She's about to start her career, and I just couldn't be proud of her. And Nora's looking stunning as always. Like, I love this hair on her. It's so good. But anyway, I'm gonna have them go ahead and sit down and get their table. Do not mind Robin's face mask, and I need to change this outfit. That's his prom outfit. Let us put him in a different one because no. But we're gonna go ahead and get them seated so that they can get their night started. So Sienna wanted to wait until the food got to the table before she said anything. They've just been talking and, you know, catching up with each other. Glade's like, you know, I'm so proud of you, baby girl. You graduated, you're about to go off to college, you're about to start your career, and, you know, you're about to celebrate a birthday. This is all good things. She's like, yeah, Dad, I'm really excited. In fact, there's something I actually want to tell you guys. And she's like, you know what? Like, did you get your acceptance letter in the college in the mail? Did you get your scholarship status, all that stuff? And she's like, well, I mean, not yet, but this is something different. It's just as exciting now. He's like, oh, you know, what's going on, baby girl? And Nora's interested too. She's like, yeah, sweetie, what's going on? Like, what news do you have for us? And she's like, you know, you guys are gonna flip your lid when you hear this. And Glade is like, try me, baby girl. I've heard it all. Like, I don't think that you're going to be able to shock me. Like, but go ahead, lay this news on us. Sienna's super nervous about sharing this news, and she's really thinking, she's like, should I tell them I'm pregnant first, or should I tell them I'm engaged first? I don't know which one's going to go over worse, but maybe I should just tell them all in one go and then just see how that'll go. She's like, here goes nothing. Well, Dad, I'm pregnant. And Robin's all like, I could not have heard, but I just thought I heard it. Did Sienna just say she's pregnant? Oh, shoot. What? I think Candace just reacted. Why is she crying? She's like thinking, Sienna, you are what? Are you going to throw your life, like, are you trying to throw your life away? We just graduated from college, We just graduated from high school. We were about to get our life started. We were both excited about that. And you're telling everybody you're pregnant now? Like, what's wrong with you? Oh, it finally registered. So she told Glade, she's like, Dad, I'm pregnant. And so this was Glade's reaction. So disappointed. Yeah, I think we saw this coming. Glade was so disappointed when he heard that his child was pregnant. He was shocked, didn't believe what he heard. The only thing he said was to give the... What? Glade! Oh my gosh. No, Glade. No way. He said to give the baby up for adoption once it's born. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking with this. So Glade's been Sienna's biggest cheerleader when it came to her future. He was so proud of her for how well she was doing in school. Just everything, like everything was on track. And so when he heard that she was pregnant, he's like, baby girl, like, what are you telling me right now? Like, what are you talking about? This is not the plan that we had for you. This is not the plan you had for yourself. A baby is not going to enable you to do any of the things that you've dreamed of. Like, what are you thinking, baby girl? Like, I think it makes more sense for you to put the baby up for adoption or to figure something else out for the baby that you're about to have. But like becoming, I know that you just graduated from high school and you're like leaving your teen years, but being a teen mom, like you're still technically a teenager and you'd be a teen mom, and that's not going to enable you to be a politician. Like, how's that going to look with what the things you want to do? Like, I can't believe I started out this night for being so proud of you, and now I'm just so disappointed. Like, how did this happen? So Sienna's like, yeah, well, Dad, like, oh my gosh, Sienna's crying. And she's all like, but Dad, like, it's not too terrible. Like, I'm getting married to the guy that I'm pregnant by. And he's like, baby girl, that's not, like, what? And like Glade just doesn't, like, he's like, where is this girl's head at? Like, I knew her leaving the nest was like a wrong idea, letting her live on her own. This is why this is a thing right now. Like, it's because I let her leave the house, and now she's over here telling me that she's pregnant and that she's getting married to some person. He's all like, who's the father of this baby girl? Like, what's going on? And Sienna's like, well, Dad, you've never met him before. His name is Andre. He did the politician internship with me. He's actually a really good guy. He was at prom briefly, actually. And he's all like, what, you mean that dude with the tattoos? And he's all like, you're kidding, right? Like, you had a baby by that guy. Like, at least if it had been Julian, I still would have been disappointed, but like, at least, like, she's like, Dad, it's not Julian. And she's like saying that with like asterisks, because she's like, I mean, it could be Julian, but right now, like, Andre's the one who proposed to me, so he's the guy. And he's all like, baby girl, like, I just don't, like, this is crazy. This doesn't make any sense to me. And Sienna's like, look, Dad, trust me, like, you were proud of me when you walked in today, when you said that you're so proud of me and everything I've accomplished, but this is all going to work out. Think about it. This will be good for me and the baby I'm carrying, for me to get married to his father, and Andre's going to actually be carrying on my dream. He's going to be a politician just like I wanted to be, and then I'll support him, and it'll be good. Like, remember, Dad, you used to tell me the story about how you and Mom got together and how she had big dreams of becoming a big time model, and those dreams had to be adjusted when you guys got pregnant with me. Like, don't you remember that? And her dad's like thinking, he's like, I mean, baby girl, it's true. That is, what happened with your mom, and everything worked out. I don't know, this doesn't feel the same as that. This feels like you'd be giving up on your dreams and like, all because you made a mistake with some person you barely know. And Sienna's like, Dad, I know Andre. Him and I have been actually dating for a while. I know I didn't tell you about it. Things kind of happened really fast, but, we're in love with each other, just like you and Mom were in love when you guys got pregnant with me. So I think this is going to work out. I think we're going to be all right. So Glade is skeptical, but I think because Sienna framed it from the position where it calls back to how when Nora and Glade got pregnant with her, it's making him think, well, I mean, that did work out, and Nora was still able to, pursue her dreams a different way, and, we're a happy family now. So he's like, look, baby girl, I'm still skeptical, but, I love you and I trust you, and if this is what you want, I'll support you and I'll support the baby. I still don't think you should give up on your dreams. I think we should revisit, something to, like, still let you be able to pursue your dreams, because I think that's important. But if you're getting married, then I guess I have to accept that I guess you really aren't a little kid anymore. And she's like, Dad, I'm really not like a little kid at all. Like, this is gonna work out. Meanwhile, like, Nora's been like quietly judging over here. Oh my gosh, look, even Glade's even like bringing up how, like, aren't you too young for this, Sienna? Because she's telling him about having a baby and getting married, and she just graduated from high school. And he's like, that's another big difference between like what happened between you and, you know, your mom and I. Like, we were adults when that happened. You were still a teenager, and you're over here talking about giving up on your dreams and having a baby and getting married. I just don't know. Meanwhile, Robin's looking at her like, are you sure, sis? Like, this is crazy. You're pregnant and now you're getting married. And like, Sienna's like, Robin, you just don't understand. You're so young. Like, you just don't get it. Like, maybe when you fall in love one day and find somebody, this will make sense to you. But like, I'm getting married. I'm moving on my life. You're still, you know, a young teen. Like, you'll understand this someday, Robin, but like, I'll be fine. Like, you're about to be an uncle. You just need to accept this. And like, Robin's like, okay, I mean, you know, if you say so. Meanwhile, Robin's over here like with a full face of acne, like crushing on Candace, still trying to get his first kiss. But you know, that's a whole other story. So the night's pretty much ending here. Nora and Glade excuse themselves to the bathroom because I think they're both still processing and just like so disappointing in their daughter. I swear Nora's probably in there shouting forbidden words because like she couldn't even look at her kid after she said that she was pregnant. Meanwhile, Glade was trying to cover that up and make it look nice, but they're both disappointed. But despite all that, Sienna's like, I think this went well. What did you think of this episode? A lot kind of happened here, you know. Sienna, we found out she's pregnant. She got engaged. She told her parents. They're devastated. They're devastated. And her whole life plans are just completely off the rails right now. Let me know down in the comment section down below what you I mean, it's kind of obvious what's happening, guys. Next episode, we're going to be having the wedding, and y'all know what's going to happen there. But I actually do have a surprise that's going to be happening at the wedding. So, look, you throw in some story to make the expected aspects of this legacy challenge a little bit more unexpected, and that's what this whole thing's about. So in the comment section down below, tell me what twist you think I'm going to throw in at the wedding that's not gonna happen next episode. What do you think I got in store? I am actually really curious of things that you guys are going to say that you think is going to happen. I want all of your guesses, and I don't care if they're wrong answers. I like to be entertained with creative storytelling. So let me know what you think is going to happen in the comment section down below. But as always, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and of course, stay dazzled. I will see you in the next one. Bye. I'll never be cool with the cool kids, but look who's laughing now. I'll never fit in with